You like our new set from my kitchen?
The studio's under construction.
Under renovations today.
Live from Tout kitchen.
We're cooking up a can of whoop-ass.
And sprinkling with Paul Bearer in a can. So we actually saw the contents of Paul Bearer in a can this Monday night.
Yeah. It looked just like our Paul Bearer in a can, actually.
Need cat litter? No problem. Try Paul Bearer in a can. Out of coffee? Try Paul Bearer in a can. Cleans your toilet too. Also keeps your Pepsi fresh. Makes your Cocoa Pebbles delicious. Mulch your garden. You'll be pushing up daisies in no time. Paul Bearer in a can. Raising the dead since 1994. Get Paul Bearer in a can now.
Kitty litter!
That stuff didn't do anything except piss off the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should have made the Undertaker come back alive, at least.
Like sit up. I think. Jack Swagger's cutting out lines of Paul Bearer's ashes in the back.
Oh my god. Too soon.
Alright, so prediction show. So, Steve, what do you think? Professor S. Punk versus Taker. Who's your prediction?
Undertaker.
Gerbs?
As much as I want Punk to win this, I just think now with the ashes and everything going on, I just think that Undertaker's going to win. It's just, if he doesn't win, there's something seriously wrong here.
Right across the board, same thing. They're going over the top for the sake of going over the top, and there's no way the Undertaker's not going to win this match. Taker.
Dolph Ziggler cashes in. Every match.
Dolph Ziggler cashes in on the Undertaker.
Dolph Ziggler cashes in after the 8-man tag.
Get a belt twin.
Next match, Brock Lesnar versus Triple H. Gerbs, Baboom. I'm going to get your names right one of these days.
Triple H.
7 names.
Triple H all the way. I mean, after all the stuff that Paul Heyman's been doing about talking about Triple H's family, now it's a personal level, I mean, Triple H has to win unless he somehow loses the match, but then after the match is over and he just beats Brock Lesnar up anyway.
So what's your prediction? I'm sorry?
He said Triple H.
Triple H is going to win, but if he does lose, he will end up beating Brock Lesnar up. Either way, he's beating Brock Lesnar.
I think we're going to watch 20 minutes of Triple H and the rest of DX get their ass handed to them. There's no way around it. You didn't bring Brock Lesnar back to lose 2 out of 3 of the matches. And that's pretty much it. You didn't. And especially not to the 2 biggest, like, good guys in the company with Triple H and fucking John Cena. You can't. You didn't sign him for that long. You're not going to build him up just to break him down. He's not going to be a monster if Triple H beats him.
I'm going with Triple H. I think that he's not ready to retire. But the whole Shawn Michaels thing is what got me confused. Like, what is going on? Is it all going to be DX running down and getting swamped by Lesnar and Triple H still wins at the end?
Shawn Michaels could cost him the match. If I'm not wrestling anymore, you shouldn't be wrestling anymore.
I still have my doubts. Kind of like Gerbs, it can go either way. Ready to bang!
So, in a 6-man tag, we have Ryback. No, we don't. So,
take 2.
I'm just so used to him being in these matches. Okay. So, in a 6-man tag, we have the Anti-Shield, which consists of Randy Orton, Sheamus, and Big Show, versus the Shield. Carlos, prediction?
I think that the Shield will win, and I'm predicting one of these guys to go heel, and I'm hoping it's Randy Orton. That's my prediction.
Baboon?
I agree. Shield, Randy Orton, heel. It's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, everyone's expecting the Big Show to turn on Sheamus and Randy Orton.
And
but
Sheamus is the least person
yeah.
you would expect to turn. So if he turns, that would be ridiculous.
That would be a big shocker. I would appreciate that.
What's your prediction, Professor S?
Randy Orton doesn't see any ring time until the end of the match when he RKOs Sheamus and when he RKOs the Big Show. There's no way the Shield's going to lose to these guys because they haven't lost to anybody else. The Shield's obviously here to stay and obviously a huge part of the future. They're not going to crush them under the hands of Big Show when they've already beat Cena, Jericho, and Ryback. That'd be a waste.
So 3 Shields.
And we're not Captain America.
When Captain America throws his mighty shield, all those who chose to oppose his shield must yield.
For the World Heavyweight Championship match, we have Alberto Del Boring versus Jack Swag in a bag. Your prediction, Carlos?
Jack Swagger. Yeah, I actually do. I predict Jack Swagger winning. This is probably, you've already read a lot of this anyway. Jack Swagger winning and losing the title very quickly when Ziggler cashes in. I think that's really the only place to go from there, because nobody wants to see Del Rio and Swagger fight forever, because there's really nothing. It's ridiculous. So we the people for a minute, and Ziggler finally cashes in.
We the people for exactly 17 seconds. I don't even know if Ziggler's going to cash in. And I don't even think it's going to happen. He wants to be the show-off. He wants to save it for the grand stages of them all. I think Alberto Del Rio is going to win this match. And then somehow Ziggler gets involved at the next pay-per-view between the two of them. And the rivalry dies from there and rebirths some kind of Ziggler, Del Rio, Ziggler Swagger rivalry.
The winner of this match, Dolph Ziggler. He's going to win the belt. He will somehow win the belt, and he's not even in the match.
The prediction nobody wants to hear is because it's the match that nobody wants to see.
We really don't care what happens in this match.
Swagger versus Del Rio, winner, Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Ziggler.
And the last match, we unfortunately have to talk about a retread from last year's WrestleMania, but now it's different because The Rock's the champion. Get ready for some well-rehearsed wrestling in front of the biggest crowd all year in New York as Cena defeats The Rock, in my opinion. What do you think, Professor S?
I think Cena goes heel, cheats to win. Laurinaitis has something to do it. Then it'd be the ultimate shock moment of WrestleMania.
It's an awesome theory, and I hope it works out. It's a great prediction.
Yeah,
we'll look like geniuses if this happens.
There's a reason why The Rock's the champion now and probably won't be the champion after WrestleMania. Even though he's scheduled to show up at pay-per-views and Monday Night Raws and stuff for a little while after, he's still got 4 movies on tap. He's still not... Obviously, there's a lot of fans who are upset that their WWE champion's not on TV every week. They can't keep him the champion.
John Cena is going to hit The Rock with the new belt. He's made it a point that they took away his belt and made this new belt and gave it to The Rock. He's going to hit him with the belt when the referees are looking, knock him out, and then he's going to win the match and be heel at the same time.
There you go. So, but all three of us, nobody's picking The Rock to win this one.
No.
WrestleMania.
Why would you?
Sorry, Rock. But, hey, guess what? You get to go back
Listen,
and
I gotta
go film
millions of dollars and not potentially injure yourself for the rest of your life.
But you really want to pick Rock right now only because nobody wants to see Cena's boring shtick. The only way I would...
Unless it's a different shtick.
Yeah, and the only way... It's exactly like football. If you're going to come out doing ground and pound when ground and pound's not fucking working anymore, then you don't deserve to win a championship. You deserve to win a championship with what's going to work. And honestly, right now, The Rock kind of works because he's bringing in more ratings than Cena did in the last 10 years. So why not?
Because there's no wrestling involved. It's all pre-rehearsed. I think the best pure wrestling match we're going to see Sunday is going to happen between Punk and The Undertaker. Those guys get it.
Jericho Fandango.
Let's do another prediction. What steals the show?
Well, we saw the time lists for how long each segment's supposed to be, so I can't imagine the Fandango Jericho match is going to be that long.
And Miz and Barrett are on the pre-show.
How do you fall from WrestleMania main eventing 2 years ago to 6 o'clock on WrestleMania Sunday? Guess what, Miz? You can get back to your hotel and watch.
That's so he can go be
pay-per-view from your hotel.
That's so he can be the commentator later on.
Oh,
that's why he's not on the pay-per-view.
I have no problem with Miz being a commentator. I have no problem with Miz doing
whatever. You don't have a problem having working double duty, being a commentator and wrestling?
I don't.
Who is he, Randy Savage?
I don't mind those things because if they're going to try to build him to be the face of this company at some point or another, which they obviously have him lined up for, you got to deal with it. They need him on the pre-show because they need the pre-show to get views. And there's a lot of Miz lovers. And you're not going to do it with the monsters of funk.
Professor S is a jizz lover.
Yeah.
Jizz lover.
I think fucking Sweet Tea and the Funkadactyls should be on the pre-show.
Then nobody watches it. Then
that's the point of the fucking pre-show.
That's the point of the pre-show. So
they know nobody watches it.
We should be hosting the pre-show.
It's a 5-minute match and then 75 minutes of them telling me to buy the fucking pay-per-view for $80. I mean, that's really what it is.
And then not offer anything different than matches we've already seen within the last year and a half.
I mean, come on.
It's ridiculous.
I don't know. I think.
Oh wait, and then I have to go on YouTube, which doesn't work because there's 4 million people trying to log on at the same time, and I can't watch it anyway.
Speaking of which, you tried to download that Rockpocalypse app that they were advertising on Monday.
No,
fucking everything shut down. Google Store, I couldn't download it. It said a free app where Rock goes around a movie set and beats up people. I was going to review it for the show this week, but I can't download it because there's too many people trying to download it at once. The WWE app, Rockopolis, crapped out yet again.
I'm just saying, The Rock's going to be president after he finishes Star Wars 7.
Star Wars 7.
He mentioned running for office in Washington.
I'm telling you, he's going to do it.
That's
the only place
place
left.
video, so I can at least have that saved.
It's the only place.